Hi, I'm Chris and thanks for joining me on this video where we look at getting the Calsonic R34 put together. So to kickstart this video, I'm just going to be showing you some of the bits that I've detailed up and pre-assembled as well. The bottom of the engine there is in copper, but the instructions did ask for dark copper. I did try to follow the instruction book for this build, which is rare for me, as much as possible to the colour. So there's a lot of black. There is a lot of black because it does ask for a lot of black in the book. I'm not sure why. I've tried to look for reference photos of the Impel Calsonic R34 online, and all I can find is just exterior shots. I couldn't find any interior shots. I couldn't find any underneath, any chassis. So I've just gone as per the instruction book, but I was pretty happy with how it looked in the end anyway. So now it's time to get round to the assembly parts. I am using just some normal super glue, some normal CA glue, nothing extraordinary out of the ordinary or anything like that, just normal run-of-the-mill super glue to get other bits together on the chassis. You know, as for example here, the bottom of the engine, the gearbox, the subframes. With it being underneath on the chassis, you don't need much at all. You know, just a drop here and drop there, and it's enough to do the business. And so far, with the stuff I'm using, I've not actually had any haze from it. But it's down to the amount you use, really, isn't it? I mean, if you're going to use too much, then you're going to have crazy haze. But luckily, you know, you don't need much. Like I said, you only need bits. And as you can see there, I was just dry fitting everything before actually gluing it down, making sure it all fits, make sure it's in the right place. And it was a little bit tight there. I think what happened is I think there was still some liquid mask in the socket where the subframe went into, so I think it kind of got like stuck in there itself. So I just thought, you know what, I'm not going to try and risk breaking it because it's quite a thin piece of framework. I don't want to snap it, so I just left it as, and I just glued the other points that I could. And there we are, the back of the discs. The little technique I do with the pointy end of the blade, just etching the numbers, the part numbers, so when it comes to needing to assemble the brake systems and whatnot, just in case you're unsure, I just, like I say, I etch the part numbers on the back of the discs just so I can't get them mixed up. So I'm not entirely too sure how old this kit is. On the decal sheets it does say Tamiya 1999, so was it made then? I'm not sure. It can't be much more earlier than that. I think this was a 2000 GTR, I think. I'm not sure, I will be honest. I haven't had a look as of yet, but regardless, the age of this kit, I know it's not the past 5 years or so. Such a lovely kit. It's been a great kit to work with. The detail, as I said, the detail is fantastic. The suspension struts with the springs, obviously they're all molded in, but there wasn't, you know, sometimes in some kits you can get where the springs are tightly compact, but these were, you know, nicely spaced out, and it gave you a good opportunity to detail them. And as for the discs, yeah, as you can see there, again, the groove discs, very nicely detailed as per Tamiya. And I've actually finally acquired some Tamiya panel line accent with the great help of scale model Chris over on Instagram. I've dropped his tag down below, and go and check out some of his work. So thanks for that, mate. And yeah, it's nice just to have that panel accent, just to add a little bit more depth and a bit more detail. And to be honest, after using it now, I can see why a lot of people make a lot of fuss about it. It's a really handy thing to have. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. So truth be told, I didn't actually get as much footage as I wanted of actually assembling it. When I set the camera up, I set it up and I thought, oh, that's fine. But the thing is, once you get going, once you start working, you just tend to slip into your normal positions as such. And I was unfortunately sat just out of camera's view to the bottom left quite a lot of the time when assembling it. I was just trying to concentrate on making sure I was getting it all done properly, making sure it was all going in the right way. Just trying to focus and concentrate, really. But I've tried to include each time I've finished an assembly, such as at the minute the rear subframe I'm working on. I managed to catch quite a bit of this. assembling it. Not quite central, unfortunately, or full on view, but you get the general idea. And I do try to include as much as I can, up until a point later on where I realised when I thought I was actually recording, it was actually on pause. Not sure how that happened, I will be honest, but I'm going to blame it on puppy brain. For those that follow me over on Instagram, just over a week ago, the wife and I and our son, we acquired a little puppy to the family. It's been a lovely little addition. So the past week it has been model-wise a bit slower, but she has been a very good little pup. And after a few nights, she was, I'd say, supervising whilst I sat here working at the table, painting and detailing other little bits up. But in actual fact, she was fast asleep. So yeah, it's been nice to have that little family addition. So anyway, back to this kit. It has been a very nice kit to work on. I'm not sure if I mentioned it already. It has been a very nice kit to work on. I could definitely recommend, for anyone, if you're looking to get hold of a nice fitting kit. This is definitely a lovely little kit. I don't even think beginners should be scared. You could even build this kit. You wouldn't even have to worry about doing the race livery, doing the Calsonic Decals and stuff. You could just go a solid colour. I just think the quality of the kit, the way it fits, it's been lovely to work on. Again, it's just Tamiya. They're just such a good engineered kit. I can't recall having a bad fitting Tamiya kit, to be fair. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this kit. Don't get me wrong, there have been a few little issues, but that wasn't kit issues. That was definitely my issues, things that I'd done slightly wrong or not quite right. For example, when I attached the front bumper to the bodywork and I painted it all up, I think there's just in little areas where there should have been panel lines. The paint was unfortunately just a little bit too thick. Applying some decals. There's been a couple. The headlight lens covers as such. There was a little bit where I think I burnt through when trying to wet sand and polish. And also I was trying to cut into the headlight because there's like a separation line. There should have been a panel line, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was still too wet and I didn't wait until it was dry. But yeah, it wasn't a nice straight cut, unfortunately. It was a bit jagged. But other than that, yeah, you'll see at the end. I'm gonna have a little slideshow of all the photos of the final build. But I love this kit. And as you can see there, that whole rear subframe is a right chunk of a unit. There's a load of individual bits, but all of that went together so nicely. The discs, the suspension slotted in, the subframes going together, the rear drive axle. It's just been it's been such a nice kit. I would say to anyone, if you see this, definitely grab it. It's been so nice to work on. So now that's the chassis done, we'll get onto the wheels. I will be honest, the red strap around them, it was freehand, and unfortunately my very, very shaky hand didn't do such a great job, unfortunately. Just applying some washing up liquid over the hubs, so with the wheels, the pin, slowly applying a little bit of pressure whilst trying to twist, and it seems to work, and they actually went in really nicely, and they went on without much force at all. I was quite very, very happy with this, and the detail, I was very happy. Like I say, they're trying to detail them up. It wasn't the greatest, but I haven't got the steadiest of hands, unfortunately. This centre console unit, the decal was a right nightmare because it's one solid decal, but it has to go at like 3 different angles, to the side, to the left and to the side, then trying to go back over. As you saw, it's just a bit of a nightmare. I had a bit of a nightmare with applying the carbon fibre on the back of the seat as well. Unfortunately, when I was trying to form it into shape, I did rip it in 2 places, and it hasn't set very nicely at all. It was a little bit creased in a few areas. Once the shell's on, you're not really going to see it anyway, so I didn't mind too much. I will be honest. Very nicely detailed cockpit interior, straight out of the box. Again, for beginners, nothing too much to worry about. It all went together really, really nicely. For those who want to go the extra mile, wants to add all the extra wires and stuff, you could really go to town on this. There's a lot of opportunities to really do some good stuff with it for sure. So now with the body, we've got the getting the windows in. The two rear quarter windows and the rear window itself, they actually attached from the exterior. The rear window just clipped in. The two rear quarters actually needed a little bit of glue. I think with spray cans, obviously with the paint output, a bit too much paint just prevented it going in all the way. But I did get them in all the way, fortunately, in the end. Behind the headlight covers, the two little lenses, I did put a small dab of clear blue on them. And then now, I've actually put a bit of Molotov chrome on the back, and as you can see, really reflective under a torch. Now I'm using this Rocket Odorless I got from my local hobby shop. I've pretty much run out of the Bob Smith Industries Super Gold Plus, so I was looking for another CA glue that's safe to use on clear parts, and I've used this, put in the windows. I've even used this, put in the main windscreen in, and I can't remember the last time I used any CA glue. I was willing to take that risk. I used that to attach the wiper blade there, and it went on lovely. I will be honest, this is the point where I hit the pause. I forgot to unpause and finished it off. But there we have it, it's finished. So I'm going to leave you now with a photo gallery. The first bunch of photos are actually in direct sunlight. There'll be another bunch of photos just after that in the shade. You'll have to let me know in the comments below what you prefer, the sunshine, the shade. Let me know what you think of this build in the end. Obviously for the purists, it's not blue, I do apologise. Luckily enough with this hobby, you can just really let your imagination run wild. And with this one, I really have just tried something different. Again, very happy with the outcome. Not 100%, but I'm very happy. I'm not disheartened with this at all. Yeah, very, very happy. So thanks very much for watching and following along with this build series of the Calsonic R34 by Tamiya. If you ever thought about getting it, do get it. It's a very good kit. Again, thank you very, very, very much for everyone who's watched, commented, liked, shared and everything else. I really do appreciate it. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you next time for the next unboxing. You have to keep your eyes peeled. Cheers, thank you, bye.